Okay, in this video, let's talk about the gold digger. Before we get into the topic, as always, like, subscribe, share, post a comment or a question below, but do it knowing that I'm probably not going to read it. I don't have time at this point in my life. I got too many other things going on. But visit the link below. I've created something for you. It's a free book. It's going to help you find your soulmate at beyond-dating.com. So check it out. All right, let's talk about, what are we talking about here? Oh yes, the gold digger. How to spot a gold digger. Well, it's pretty simple. You know, it's natural and it's normal for a woman, especially women, I think, from more traditional cultures, ones that haven't been affected as much by Western media. It's more common for these women to expect their men to provide for them. I've heard of situations where men have gotten involved in relationships. Like one guy was going out with this Russian woman. He was trucking or whatever, and he wound up having like sex with her. And after that, she expected all of these things from him. And people think, oh, what's the matter with that? Well, you're right. What is the matter with that? I mean, the problem today is most people in America don't realize the power of their sexual energy, and they are misled by the satanic Jehus, you know who they are, that run Hollywood. And their main mission is to kill, steal, and destroy. They worship the devil, and they want to punish you. They want you to make your own mistakes and just wind up in a cesspool. So again, this is why I always recommend you get rid of your television, throw out your Netflix, get rid of every subscription out there, and focus on what it is God wants you to do. Start to meditate, start to pray, start to bring things into your life that are affirming and are in line with what God wants. So gold diggers, generally a gold digger is going to ask for things, and they're not really going to like give anything in a relationship. If you're a man that's got some financial substance, if you've kind of amassed a small fortune for yourself, good for you. That's important. But in a courtship relationship with a woman, she shouldn't be asking you for things. The problem, I think, with a lot of these average frustrated chump guys is they get all this money, and they think just because that they have this money that they can kind of buy their way into a relationship with a woman. And women will take advantage of that. They will say, oh, I'm behind on my rent, I need help, can you give me some money? I would never do that. I would never do that. I don't care how much how attractive a woman is to you. I wouldn't invest any money heavily in her other than like going out for courtship events, what people might call a date. Like if you go out with her and spend some time in courtship, yeah, of course you should pay for the meals, pay for the teas or whatever it is that you guys are doing. You should pay for the events, because when she becomes your wife, you should really be paying for everything. But again, this goes back to this idea of this Russian woman that I was talking about. She figured, oh, I've had sex with this guy, we're married now. Right? And that's the reality. Marriage is sex, sex is marriage. It's the biological marriage. Because oftentimes, unfortunately, more than we like to admit, you get together sexually, kids come. And we do not want to impregnate women that we do not know if they are a good fit for us or if they are worthy of our time, So, going out with a woman on the third date, having sex with her, no, do not do that at all. You need to go out with her. You need to spend 6 months in courtship with her. Keep your hands off of her. Actually, say, hey, look it, I'm doing this experiment in energy. I don't think we should touch each other until we decide we want to get married and we actually do get married. The reason that I say this is because I want our relationship to be based purely on friendship and soul unity, not physical attraction. Sure, we can be physically attracted to each other, but let's not touch each other. Let's let our friendship build and our relationship based on friendship lead the pack. Let's not waste our time trying to get physical with each other and create a chemical romance, because sex is designed to glue people together. That's the biological marriage. But the spiritual marriage, the ceremony of marriage and the witnesses and the family working together, that should precede the physical biological marriage. So I think it's pretty easy for people to identify the gold digger, because she's going to be very interested in the physical things, and she's going to be asking for stuff a lot more. And I think as a man, you shouldn't worry too much about it, but realize that as a man, it's your job to provide. That is what God gave us our masculine power for, is to provide for our family, to provide for our wives and our children and our parents if our parents need it. That is what God wants from us, and not to shirk away from that. But at the same point, you don't want to be a turnstile either. You don't want to be this average frustrated chump that's like giving thousands of dollars to just random women that you haven't slept with, you haven't married. If you have a woman that is your wife and she, gives to the relationship, and she like really cares about things, and she isn't like asking for handouts, I think that's good. And remember, look, I don't know how to put the links up yet, but I've done a video on the prenup, and if you're a man, you should get a prenuptial agreement, because women can be very easily misled when a divorce situation comes up. So you need to plan, hope for the best, but plan for the worst, and the prenuptial agreement is that plan for the worst, okay? And just tell her, look, it's not that I don't trust you, it's just I don't trust attorneys, and they will try to use you against me and to fund their own pockets. And I won't let them steal the money from our estate. And you will be compensated financially if you decide you don't want to share a home with me anymore. But the reality is that, women marry forever, especially if they have kids. Women marry forever. You don't want to be, as a man, you do not want to be getting in a relationship with a single mom unless she's a widow and she didn't cause her husband's demise. But otherwise, stay away from single moms, because if their husband is still alive, any marriage, even any with that woman, that's adultery. All right? Do not do that. I don't care how good looking she is. Do not get into a marriage with a single woman. That will create havoc in your life. All right, that's it for this video. Hopefully you got some value out of it. Please like, subscribe, or share. Visit the link below to get more information on how to find your soulmate. And as always, the light in me honors the light in you. Peace.